Hello everybody, this is Mr. Hassel. Today we're on lesson 48 of Unit 12. We're going to talk about primary and major triads. The most important triad of a key are built on the first, fourth, and fifth scale degrees of the major scale. They are called primary triads or primary chords of the key and are identified by Roman numerals 1, 4, and 5. These three triads contain every tone in the major scale. Collectively, all three of those chords contain every note in the major scale, all put together. So if you know of someone that can only play 3 chords on a guitar, they can play almost any song, because we know from music theory that just about any song that's ever been written can be boiled down in its simplest form to 3 chords. And that's not always the case, but most of the time. The primary triads are major triads because they consist of the root, a major third, and a perfect fifth. So here is the root, and here's a major third above on E. Here's the root, and here's the perfect fifth above on G. When we put them all together, we have a root, a third, and a fifth. And you remember from our last lesson, the root of the chord is the chord from which the triad or chord gets its name. There are 2 other ways of forming a major triad. Number 1, select the first, third, and fifth notes of a major scale. Number 2, add the intervals of a minor third on top of a major third. In the key of C major, the 1 triad or chord is the C chord, C, E, G. The 4 triad or the 4 chord is the F chord, F, A, C. And the 5 triad or chord is the G triad, G, B, D. Now, that might be kind of confusing, so if you look at it this way, look at these notes here on the bottom. Here is a C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you give each one of those a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the notes, the primary triads, are the chords that are built on the 1, the 4, and the 5. So that's why the 1, 4, and 5 chord in the key of C major would be your C chord, your F chord, and your G chord. Here it is in treble clef. It may be a little bit easier to see. Here's our C major scale on the bottom. Our 1 chord is our C chord. Our 4 chord is our F chord. And our 5 chord is our G chord. Number 1. Build the primary triads in root position for each scale by adding 2 notes to the first, fourth, and fifth notes of each scale to complete the triad, and name each triad. Okay, so this one we are in the key of G. So this first one would be a G triad, right? So G, B, D. We go up to number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Build our triad. So the 4 chord in the key of G would be a C, and then our 5 chord would be a D. So our 3 primary chords in the key of G would be G, C, and D. Okay, next let's go to the key of G in the treble clef. So the 1 chord would be a G chord, G, B, D. Our 4 chord would be C, E, G. And our 5 chord would be D, F sharp, and A. So again, our 3 primary chords in the key of G, whether in treble or bass, is G, C, and D. Sorry, that's a little bit sloppy there. Alright, now let's talk about the key of F. Here is an F major scale in the bass clef, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Our 1 chord in the key of F would be an F, A, C. Count up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Build a triad on that note. Our 4 chord in the key of F would be a B flat. Don't forget our key signature over here. All the B's are flatted in the key of F. And then our 5 chord would be C, E, G. I switched to treble clef there on you. In the treble clef, still in the key of F, F, A, C would be our 1 chord. B flat, D, F would be our 4 chord. And C, E, G would be our 5 chord. So in the key of F, your 3 primary triads are F, B flat, and C, whether you're in bass clef or treble. Number 2, write the primary triads in root position for each key and add the triad. Okay, so we know that 2 sharps is the key of D major, so our 1 chord is going to be D. So here's a D, F, A. Count up 4 from D, D, E, F, G. Our 4 chord is going to be a G chord, G, B, D. And our 5 chord is going to be 1 higher, A, C sharp, and E. And the C sharp is covered here by our key signature. So the 3 primary triads in the key of D are D, G, and A. Next, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to be in treble clefs. So we know that these are going to be D, G, and A, right? So here's D, F sharp, A, G, B, D, and A, C sharp, E. And again, we don't have to write that sharp there because it's already sharped over here in the key signature. All right, next, let's write the primary triads in the key of B flat. So we know that our 1 chord is going to be based on B flat. So B flat, D, F. Count up 4, B, C, D, E. So our 4 chord would be E flat, G, B. You don't have to put the flats because they're already flatted over here in the key signature. And then our 5 chord is 1 higher, F, A, C. Let's do the same thing in the bass clef. They're going to be the same notes, same names, just switching to treble clef. So B flat, D, F, E, G, B flat, and F. Actually, I'm going to write these down in octaves. We're running out of space here. Let's go down here for our... So even though it's an octave lower, it's still your 4 chord. Then F, A, C. So our 3 primary triads in the key of B flat are B flat, E flat, and F. This concludes our lesson on primary and major triads. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.